Concentration is like a calm, transparent mirror. If a mirror is covered in dust or keeps shaking, it cannot reflect the sun. But when you make your mind perfectly still and clear through concentration, the reflection of the Supreme Soul or cosmic energy becomes vivid within you. You begin to feel that you're not alone. The entire universe is with you. Continue listening to part 2 with these extraordinary stories and examples and keep applying them to your life. Friends, if you missed the first 10 chapters, part 1 of this video, you have lost the very strong foundation upon which today's ultimate secrets stand. Without those 10 secret keys, understanding the application of today's infinite power will be nearly impossible for you. So to empower yourself fully, watch part 1, which will appear on the screen at the end of this video. Just click it. Chapter 11. The Power of Decision Making That Turns the Ordinary into the Extraordinary. Chapter 12. Ways to Awaken the Indomitable Courage Within You. Chapter 13. Scientific Methods to Increase Long-Term Memory. Chapter 14. How to Keep Your Focus Steady Even in Adverse Environments. Chapter 15. Effective Strategies to Turn Your Imagination into Reality. Chapter 16. Why Deep Concentration is the True Spiritual Power. Chapter 17. How to Maintain 100% Focus in Every Task. Chapter 18. Psychological Ways to Untangle the Knots Within Your Mind. Chapter 19. How to Turn Your Willpower into a Magnetic Attraction. Chapter 20. Finally, the ultimate blueprint to make concentration your life's greatest habit. Chapter 11. The Power of Decision Making. In this chapter, the author provides a crucial life lesson. Suffering from indecision is far more harmful than making a wrong decision. When you are unable to decide on a matter, your mind remains in a vacillating state that drains all your concentration. Here the author teaches why indecisiveness destroys our mental strength bit by bit. The core essence: resolute is the source of power. The author states that once you concentrate deeply and make a decision, all your internal energy begins to flow toward that goal. This resolute is the force that turns your plans into reality. The danger of indecision. The main problem for those who fail to succeed is that they constantly suffer from hesitation. This hesitation creates a kind of mental knot within the mind. The author says that a lack of concentration is the root cause of this hesitation. When you give full attention to your goal, making the right decision becomes as clear as water. How to make the right decision? Atkinson teaches a scientific method. Pour your entire attention or concentration onto the matter you need to decide upon. Ask your subconscious mind and wait calmly for the answer. Once a decision is made, stop looking back or doubting yourself. Not stubbornness, but focused determination. The author explains the difference between stubbornness and focused determination. Stubbornness is doing something blindly, while focused determination is staying steadfast in your goal with intelligence. This determination turns an ordinary person into an extraordinary leader. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, our life is like a GPS system. As long as you don't set a destination, make a decision, the GPS cannot show you the way. The moment you fix a specific destination, your brain automatically starts finding the shortcuts to reach that goal. Friends, Chapter 11 taught us that your firm decision today is the foundation of your success tomorrow. Cast aside hesitation, believe in yourself, and move forward with courage. Remember, successful people make decisions quickly and stand by them. Are you ready to make that big decision in your life today? See you in the 12th chapter, where we will learn how to awaken the indomitable courage within you. Chapter 12. Ways to Awaken Indomitable Courage. In this chapter, the author shares a very powerful thought. Fear is like a weed that grows in the garden of your mind the moment there is a lack of concentration. When you forget to focus on your goal or your courage, fear begins to rule over you. This 12th chapter will drive away fear from the dark corners of your mind and light the lamp of courage there. The author demonstrates that fear is not actually a power, but merely a lack of concentration. The core essence. The best way to conquer fear is to concentrate on courage. The author states that the mind cannot hold two opposite thoughts simultaneously. If you concentrate on your strengths, fear will cease to exist. Fear is essentially just an imaginary picture of the future, which can be erased by the concentration of the present. The psychological form of fear. Atkinson notes that people generally fear what they do not know or understand. When you pour your entire attention or concentration onto a problem, its true form is revealed and your fear vanishes. Concentration turns your mind into a beacon of light that dispels the darkness of fear. Auto-suggestion for courage. The author provides a practical technique here. Whenever you feel afraid of a task, close your eyes and tell yourself, I am brave, I am strong, I have infinite power within me. Do not just say these words, feel them with deep mental concentration. When your subconscious mind receives this signal of courage, your body and mind will become ready for battle. Overcoming failure. The root cause of fear for most people is the fear of failing. The author suggests, instead of fearing failure, accept it with concentration as a learning process. The world respects the person who is not afraid to lose the most. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, fear is like a shadow. If you keep staring at the shadow, it will haunt you. But if you turn your face towards the sun, your goal or courage, the shadow will fall behind you. Concentration is that sun which burns the darkness within you to ashes. Friends, chapter 12 taught us that fear is merely a mental illusion. From today, learn to look fear in the eye and say, I am not afraid of you. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear, but the act of moving forward despite having fear. Are you ready to break through the walls of your fear? See you in the 13th chapter, where we will learn the scientific methods to incredibly increase your memory power. Chapter 13. Developing Memory and Mental Imagery. In this chapter, the author highlights a fundamental truth. The reason we forget things is that we were not concentrated enough when we first encountered them. Memory is essentially a storage room for the mind. If you keep things there in a disorganized way, you won't find them when you need them. Concentration is the method of organizing that room. This chapter is the key to transforming your brain into a supercomputer. The author teaches that memory is not just a God-given talent, rather it is a byproduct of concentration. The core essence. Attention is the mother of memory. The author states that to remember something, you must pour your complete attention into it. When you observe a subject with intense concentration, it leaves a deep impression on your brain. The deeper the impression, the longer your memory will hold on to it. Mental imagery. Atkinson teaches a special technique. Visualize what you want to remember, not just as words, but as a living picture. Our brains can remember images much faster and for longer than words. When you want to remember a meme or an event, link it to a familiar image or color. Observation skills. Most people look without truly seeing. The author suggests stare at any ordinary object continuously for at least 1 minute. Then close your eyes and try to recall the minute details, color, shape, structure of that object. This simple exercise will take your concentration to a level where you will never forget what you see once. Association or connection. To remember new information, link or connect it with something you already know. When you create a bridge between two pieces of information through concentration, the old information anchors the new information permanently into your memory. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, memory is like a camera lens. If the lens is not in focus, concentration, the picture will be blurry. But if the focus is sharp, that picture will stay in the album for a lifetime. If you can't remember something, it means you didn't open the camera shutter properly when you were looking at it. Friends, chapter 13 reminded us of a wonderful truth. Forgetting is not a disease, but a lack of attention. From today, give your laser focus to every task and every piece of information. Make the pictures of success colorful in the album of your mind. Remember, for those with a sharp memory, the path to success is much wider. See you in the 14th chapter, where we will learn how to keep your focus unbroken even in adverse and chaotic environments. Chapter 14: Overcoming Distractions and Selecting the Right Goal. In this chapter, the author presents a harsh truth. Your energy is limited, so do not waste it everywhere. Those who try to do everything at once eventually achieve nothing. The true secret of concentration lies in choosing the right option from many and saying no to everything else. This lesson is most effective for the modern age. Here, the author teaches unique strategies on how to stay fixed on your goal when surrounded by thousands of distractions. The core essence: the power of exclusion. Concentration isn't just about focusing on something. It's about ejecting every thought or sound from your mind that isn't related to your current task. The author states that external noise cannot harm you as long as you do not open the doors of your mind to that noise. Selecting the right goal. Atkinson asks, why do people get distracted? Because they have no specific goal. When you fix the most important goal of your life, major goal, minor distractions naturally lose their importance. For concentration, you must have a why. The bigger your why, the deeper your focus will be. Maintaining focus in adverse environments. The author teaches a brilliant technique here. If there is a lot of noise around you, do not fight it. Instead, make your tasks so interesting and important that your brain filters out the external sounds. It's much like a mother who can hear her child's cry even amidst a loud crowd, because her entire concentration is on her child. Mental single-mindedness. In this chapter, the author suggests do only one thing at a time. When you are reading, just read. When you are talking, just talk. Multitasking shatters your concentration into pieces and diminishes your mental energy. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, our mind is like a searchlight. If you keep rotating that light in every direction, you won't see anything clearly. But if you keep that light fixed on a specific object, every detail of that object will become visible to you. Distraction is the storm that tries to shake your searchlight, and concentration is the hand that holds it firm. Friends, chapter 14 taught us that your focus determines your future. The world will pull you in 1,000 directions, but you must remain steadfast in your own goal. From today, learn to say no to everything unnecessary. Remember, distraction is a sign of a weak mind, while concentration is the identity of a winner. Are you ready to hold your searchlight in the right direction? See you in the 15th chapter, where we will learn the secret map to turning your imagination into reality. Chapter 15: Practical Exercises in Concentrating. In this chapter, the author claims concentration is not a miracle, it is a skill that anyone can acquire through regular practice. Just as going to the gym builds physical muscles, performing these exercises will multiply your mental muscles or your ability to focus. This 15th chapter is going to be the most exciting for you because here the author doesn't just provide theoretical talk, he gives practical exercises to make your mind as strong as iron. The core essence. To master the mind, one must first learn to keep the body still. The author states that our minds are most restless when our bodies are unstable. Therefore, the first step to gaining control over the mind is bringing your nerves and physical movements completely under your command. Exercise 1. Sitting still. Atkinson suggests, sit perfectly upright in a comfortable chair. Now, Stay absolutely still for 15 minutes. Your hands, feet, or even your eyelids, nothing should move. At first, this may seem impossible, but it will incredibly strengthen your nervous system. He who can keep his body still can keep his mind still. Exercise 2. The gaze exercise. Draw a black dot on a wall or a piece of paper. Now, stare at that dot continuously. Thousands of thoughts will enter your mind, but your gaze must not deviate from the dot. This helps your brain become single-pointed. Turning imagination into reality, mental construction. The author teaches, look at a simple object like a watch or a flower for a few minutes. Then, close your eyes and try to recreate that object exactly on the screen of your mind. When you can create a clear mental image of something, you gain the power to turn your life goals into reality. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, our mind is like a wild horse. In this chapter, the author teaches us the method of training that horse. When you perform these small exercises daily, your mind begins to understand that you are the master, not the mind. Then, whenever you wish, you can focus on any task for hours. Friends, Chapter 15 has given us hands-on training. Success is not a lottery, it is the result of habit. From today, make it a habit to sit still for at least 5 minutes. Turn your nerves into your servants. Remember, no power on earth can shake the one who knows how to steady their body and mind. Are you ready to take this training? See you in the 16th chapter, where we will learn about the supreme spiritual power of concentration.
Chapter 16. Concentration, the Spiritual Medium. In this chapter, the author shares a profound insight. The I, or the soul within you, is the source of infinite power. When we can make our minds perfectly calm and concentrated, we become capable of communicating, not just a tool for worldly success. It is a medium to connect your soul with the supreme energy of the universe. The core essence. Concentration is the language of prayer. When you pray or meditate with full concentration, your mind merges with the universal intelligence. In this state, your mental desires no longer remain mere imaginations. They transform into creative forces. Communication with the higher self. Atkinson notes that there is a higher world beyond our conscious mind. Concentration is like the telephone line to that world. When you shut out external noise and dive within yourself, you receive ideas or solutions that are impossible to find in an ordinary state. This is what many call intuition or insight. Spiritual peace and power. The author suggests, occasionally set aside all work and sit in nature or a quiet room, thinking, I am a part of the universe and all the energy of this universe is flowing through me. This type of concentrated thought removes fear, hatred, and narrow-mindedness, transforming you into a person of great heart and character. Selfless concentration. A unique aspect of this chapter is using concentration not just for self-interest, but for the well-being of others. The author states that when you wish well for others with full concentrated mind, those positive waves return to you manyfold. This is the spiritual law of return. Simply put, concentration is like a calm, transparent mirror. If a mirror is covered in dust or keeps shaking, it cannot reflect the sun. But when you make your mind perfectly still and clear through concentration, the reflection of the Supreme Soul or cosmic energy becomes vivid within you. You begin to feel that you are not alone, the entire universe is with you. Friends, the 16th chapter taught us that we are not just bodies of flesh and blood, we are reservoirs of infinite power. From today, spend at least a few minutes daily speaking to the soul within you. Calm yourself and absorb that positive cosmic energy. Remember, the one who has spiritual strength on their side is destined for victory. See you in the 17th chapter, where we will learn how to turn your long-cherished dreams into reality through concentration. Chapter 17. Developing Ideals Through Concentration. In this chapter, the author shares a groundbreaking thought. You are as great as your ideals. If you do not have a grand goal or ideal in your mind, your concentration will become aimless. Concentration is the brush that brings the picture of your dreams to life on the canvas of your mind. This chapter is a blueprint for transforming your dreams from mere imagination into reality. Here, the author teaches how an ideal or a goal becomes the driving force behind every action in your life. The core essence. The mental image is the mother of reality. The author states that every great invention or success first existed in someone's mind as an ideal or an idea. When you nurture that ideal within you with concentration, your entire nervous system and subconscious mind begin working to bring that ideal down into reality. Defining your ideal. Atkinson says most people fail because they don't know exactly what they want to be. Use concentration to make your ideal crystal clear. Do you want to be a successful entrepreneur or a great writer? Your ideal must be as clear as transparent glass in your mind's eye. Vague ideals never bring great success. Attention as vitality. Your ideal is like a small sapling. Concentration is the water and light given to that plant. The more you think about your dream daily and plan to make it successful, the more that ideal will merge into your character. Eventually, you will find that even without trying, every action of yours is moving toward that dream. Devotion to the ideal. The author suggests do not listen to what outsiders think of your dream. Be concentrated on your own ideal. When you are honest and devoted to your goal, nature itself sends the people and means to help you. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, an ideal is like a compass. When a ship loses its direction in the middle of the ocean, the compass shows the way. Your concentration is the engine of that ship, but if you don't have a compass, ideal, even with a powerful engine, you will just keep going in circles and never reach anywhere. Friends, the 17th chapter has clearly shown us that dreaming is not enough. You must make that dream a part of your existence. Ask yourself today, what is that great ideal of your life? Pour all your concentration into that ideal. Remember, the world recognizes those who can stake everything for their ideals. See you in the 18th chapter, where we will learn the higher techniques of mental self-control.
Chapter 18. Mental Control Through Creation. In this chapter, the author reveals a deep psychological truth. Your mind is not an empty vessel for anything to enter. Rather, it is a factory where you manufacture your own thoughts. If you cannot consciously create your thoughts, the outside world will take control of your mind. This 18th chapter will transform you from an ordinary person into a master of mind. Here, the author teaches that you are not merely a victim of your fate, but the creator of your own mental world. The core essence. Conscious creation is control. Most people are slaves to the thoughts that pop into their heads. However, concentration teaches you how to create new and powerful thoughts within your mind. When you manufacture your own thoughts, no external negativity or situation can control you anymore. The power and quality of thought. Atkinson says that every thought is a living force. When you think a constructive thought with concentration, it impacts your character. If you consider yourself strong, your body and actions become strong as well. The main mantra of this chapter is, you are fully responsible for what happens inside your mind. How to destroy negative thoughts. The author provides an extraordinary technique here. Instead of attacking a bad thought or habit directly, create a positive thought that is its exact opposite. If you want to remove cowardice, do not think about cowardice. Instead, concentrate on courage. The creation of a new thought will naturally erase the old one. The key to mental freedom. We often say, that person made me angry, or the situation made me worried. The author calls this mental slavery. A concentrated person never says such things. They create an impenetrable wall within their mind so that nothing from the outside can enter without their permission. This is true mental control. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, your mind is like a movie theater. What movie plays there depends on which reel or thought you load into the projector. If you don't want to watch a sad movie, change the reel and play a happy one. Concentration is the hand that has the power to change that reel. Friends, the 18th chapter has given us a message of ultimate freedom. No one else owns your mind but you. From today, take responsibility for your thoughts. Start manufacturing the kind of thoughts in your mental factory that align with who you want to become. Remember, the one who has learned to control his own mind is destined to have the world under his control. See you in the 19th chapter, where we will learn how to fully awaken that sleeping giant of willpower.
Chapter 19: Awakening and Developing the Will. In this chapter, the author shares an infallible truth. Willpower is not a miraculous gift. Rather, it is a latent power that resides within us all. Most people live ordinary lives simply because they never utilize their willpower. But when this power is sharpened through concentration, it has the capacity to melt even stone. This 19th chapter is a masterclass in awakening the sleeping lion within you, your willpower. The core essence. Willpower is the muscle of the mind. Just as you build physical muscles through exercise, performing exercises for your will through small tasks gradually transforms it into an invincible force. The author notes that before any grand victory, you must first win small battles. The union of will and concentration. Atkinson explains that concentration is the lens and willpower is the light that, when focused through that lens into a single point, creates fire. If your will remains scattered, it holds no power, but when you concentrate your entire will into a single determination, no obstacle on earth can stop you. Effective strategies for developing the will. The author provides specific advice here. Small victories. Vow to do one task every day that you usually avoid, like sleeping at a specific time or studying for 15 minutes. These small wins send a message to your subconscious: I do what I say. Self-restraint. Try to control yourself in the face of temptation or bad habits. Every time you say no to a temptation, your willpower immediately becomes one step stronger. The mental transformation of will. The author advises not to view willpower as just hard labor. It is a form of mental stability. A person with a truly powerful will never becomes restless or overly excited. They look calmly toward their goal and work uninterrupted. This slow, steady resolve is the highest form of willpower. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, our willpower is like a battery. If we drain it on unnecessary arguments, anger, or worry, the battery will be dead when it's time for big tasks. Concentration teaches us how to avoid wasting energy on trivial things and save our full power for our greatest goals. Friends, Chapter 19 has given us the courage to stand tall. Do not let that infinite willpower within you sleep any longer. Starting today, make small resolutions and fulfill them to prove your capability to yourself. Remember, the word defeat is unknown to the one who has learned to control his own will. See you in the most important and final chapter of this epic book, Chapter 20, where we will tie everything together to reveal the ultimate secret of success.
Chapter 20. Concentration Reviewed. Summary of concentration. In this concluding chapter, the author provides no new theories. Instead, he teaches how to weave the lessons of the previous 19 chapters into a single thread to apply them to your real life.
The author states, acquiring knowledge is not the great thing. The real heroism lies in putting that knowledge to use. This serves as the essence of the entire book and a final guideline for the audience. The core essence: stillness and uninterrupted practice. Concentration is not a magic pill that works after a single dose, it is a philosophy of life. The more you practice it, the more the world around you comes under your control. Here, the author asks the reader to self-analyze. Are you truly applying these lessons to your life? The 3 pillars of concentration. Atkinson divides the teachings of the entire book into 3 main parts: mental control, keeping your thoughts and emotions under your own command; physical control, keeping the body still and preventing the wastage of nervous energy; application of will, maintaining indomitable determination to achieve your goals. The daily routine. The author emphasizes one last time: set aside at least some time every day for concentration. This is like servicing or refreshment for your brain. When you sit quietly every day and think about your goals, the universe opens up new paths for you. Final message: belief in yourself. On the very last page of the book, Atkinson addresses the reader. There are infinite possibilities within you. Concentration is the light that illumines those possibilities. Never think of yourself as small. An attentive mind has the power to change the history of the entire world. Simple explanation from me. Simply put, reading or listening to this book is like forging weapons for a great war. After 20 chapters, you are now a mental warrior. Now is the time to enter the battlefield. Everything you have learnt, whether it be silence, willpower, or conquering distractions, use it all in every task of your life. Friends, today marks the end of this incredible journey. 20 chapters have taught us that our real strength is not in our muscles, but in our minds. These teachings of William Walker Atkinson are not just for listening, but for embodying in your life. From today, you are no longer that old person. From today, you are a master of concentration. Whatever your goal may be, you will conquer it with the power of focus. Don't forget to comment on how you liked this series and which chapter changed your life. See you with the next life-changing book. Until then, stay focused, stay powerful.